面上可以看到，拜登呢已经走上了讲台。那他接下来呢会发表他这一次上任的首次的国情咨文。那现场呢现在是响起了很大的掌声。那接下来我们听他拜登会怎么说。
Thank you.
谢谢大家。
Thank you all very much. Thank you, General.
非常感谢大家。
Thank you. Thank you all very, very much. Thank you. Please. Thank you so much.
好，接下来拜登准备要发表演说了。
Madam Speaker, Madam Vice President, our First Lady and Second Gentlemen,
众议院
members
长
of
以及
Congress
副
and the
总统，还
Cabinet,
有国会里面的
Justices
所有
of the
人，
Supreme Court, my fellow Americans.
我的同
Last
胞
year,
美国人，
COVID-19
去
kept
年
us
疫
apart.
情
This
撕裂
year,
了我们，
we're finally together again.
今年我们重聚在一起。
Tonight, we meet as Democrats, Republicans, and Independents, but most importantly, as Americans. With the
今
duty
天
to
两党
one
聚在这
another,
里，
to
重要的是
America,
我们聚在这
to the
里，
American people, to the Constitution, and an unwavering resolve that freedom will always triumph over tyranny.
自由将会战胜一切。
Thank you. Six days ago,
6天前，
Russia's Vladimir Putin sought
俄
to
罗斯
shake
总
the
统普
very
丁
foundations of the free world,
震撼了
thinking
全
he
球，
could make it bend to his menacing ways. But he badly miscalculated.
他计
He
算
thought he
错
could
误，
roll into Ukraine and the world would
他入
roll
侵乌克
over.
兰，
Instead, he met with a wall of strength he never anticipated or imagined. He met the Ukrainian people.
他入侵了乌克兰，面对到乌克兰人民。
And President Zelensky, to every Ukrainian, their fearlessness, their courage, their determination.
所有乌克兰人都很勇敢的团结，去
Groups
告
of
诉世界
citizens，blocking tanks with their bodies. Everyone from students to retirees to teachers turned soldiers, defending
包
their
括老师
homeland.
们都变成了
And in this
对抗
struggle,
的俄罗
President
斯的义勇
Zelensky said in
军
his。speech to the
泽伦
European
斯基
Parliament,
说
"Light will win over darkness."
光明永远
Ukrainian
战胜
ambassador
黑
to the
暗。
United States is here tonight, sitting with the First Lady. Let each of us, if you're able to stand, stand and send an unmistakable signal to the world of Ukraine.
现场可以看到，有手举着乌克兰国旗的议员接受大家的掌声。
She's bright, she's strong, and she's resolved.
这是展现我们强大的时刻。
Yes. We, the United States of America, stand with the Ukrainian people.
我们美国人和乌克兰人
Throughout
站
our
在一
history,
起。
we've learned this lesson.
从历史
When
中，我们学习
dictators
到，
do not
当
pay a price for their aggression,
当
they
独裁
cause
者不
more
为他们的
chaos.
侵略付出代价
They keep
时
moving.
他们会导致很大的混乱
The cost, the，threats
他们继
to
续前进。
America and America
但是
to the world
对美国和世界都
keeps
造成的
rising.
代价和威胁都会
That's
不
why
断
the
上
NATO
升。
alliance was created to secure peace and stability in Europe after World War II. The United States is a member, along with 29 other nations.
美国和盟友和其他
It matters.
29国
American diplomacy matters.
透过外交
American
努力，
resolve matters. Putin's latest attack on Ukraine was premeditated and totally
普丁攻击乌克
unprovoked.
兰是有预谋
He
的，而且
rejected
是无端的。
repeated efforts at diplomacy.
他
He
不
thought
断
the
的
West
拒
and
绝了外交
NATO
的努
would
力。
respond.
他认为西方和
He
北约
thought he
不
could
会
divide us at
回应，
home in this
而且他
chamber
认为
and
他
this
可以在家
nation.
分裂我们。
He thought he could divide us in Europe as well.
他认为我们可以分裂欧洲
Putin's wrong.，
但普丁错
We
了。
are ready. We
我
are
们已经
united,
准备
and
好，而
that's
且我
what
们
we
很
did.
团
We
结。
stayed united.
我们非常团结，我们准备好。
We spent months building coalitions of other freedom-loving nations in Europe and the Americas, from America to the Asian and African continents, to confront Putin.
我们来面对普丁。
Like many of you, I spent countless hours unifying our European allies. We shared with the world in advance what we knew Putin was planning, and precisely how he would try to falsify and justify his aggression. We countered Russia's lies with the truth.
我们面对他侵略的意图，现在这些
the free world is holding him accountable.
我们要让他负起责任。所有的欧盟都会团结起来，德国、意大利、英国、加拿大、日本、南韩、纽西兰，甚至是瑞士，都会要普丁付出代价。普丁现在被世界孤立。Together, 我们一起对抗普丁。所以现场可以看到，大家都起立鼓掌。
Together, along with our allies, we are right now enforcing powerful economic sanctions.
我们和盟友一起祭出严厉的经济制裁，
preventing Russia's central bank from defending
针
the
对俄罗
Russian
斯的中央银行，
making Putin's $630 billion war fund worthless.
让普丁的战争资金冻结。
We're choking Russia's access to technology that will sap its economic strength and weaken its military for years to come. Tonight, I say to the Russian oligarchs and the corrupt leaders who built billions of dollars off this violent regime, no more. The United States.
美国会对抗普丁的政权。
I mean it.
我是认真的。
The United States.
美国
Department of Justice is assembling a dedicated task force to go after the crimes of the Russian oligarchs.
会要俄罗斯负起责任，加入欧盟，一起针对俄罗斯的游艇等所有的资产，都要让他们付出经济的代价。
That we will join our allies in closing off American airspace to all Russian flights, further isolating Russia and adding additional squeeze on their economy. He has no idea what's coming.
他不知道接下来发生什么事。
The ruble has already lost 30% of its value. The Russian stock market has lost 40% of its value, and trading remains suspended. The Russian
俄
economy
罗
is
斯的市
reeling.
场跟贸易都受到重创，
Is the one to blame.
普丁就是必须付起代价，他是错误，他造成了这个错误。
Military assistance. Economic assistance,
会提供
humanitarian
军事
assistance.
援助，还有
We're
经济
giving
援
more
助。
than $1 billion of direct assistance to Ukraine, and will
我们提
continue
供
to
11
aid
美元
Ukrainian
给乌克
people
兰，
as they defend their country and help
让他们
ease
捍
their
卫他们自己的
suffering.
国家，保卫自己的国家受到的苦难。
But let me be clear.
让我清楚的
Our forces
说
are，not engaged and will not engage in the conflict with Russian forces in Ukraine. Our forces are not going to Europe to fight
我们不
Ukraine,
会
but to
到
defend
欧
our
洲
NATO
去
allies in the event that Putin
打仗。
decides to keep moving west. For that purpose, we have mobilized American ground forces,
但我们
air
有动员美
squadrons,
军到
ship
那边
deployments to protect NATO countries,
去
including
保护
Poland,
北约的国家，
Romania,
包括
Latvia,
波
Lithuania,
兰、罗马
and
尼亚、
Estonia. And as
爱
I've
沙尼
made
亚。
crystal clear, the United States and our allies will defend every
美
inch
国
of
和盟友
territory that is
将会
NATO
守
territory
护
with the full
欧盟
force
的
of our
所有
collective
领土、
power. Every single
所有
inch.
寸土。
And we're clear-eyed. Ukrainians are fighting back with pure
而且
courage.
乌克兰也勇敢站起来对抗普丁。
Putin has unleashed violence and chaos.
普丁制造了
But
混
while
乱
he，may make gains on the battlefield, he'll pay a continuing high price over the long run.
他将付出严厉的代
And
价
a。pound of Ukrainian people,
乌克兰
proud,
人
proud people,
非
pound for
常
pound, ready
令
to
人骄
fight
傲
with，every inch of energy they have.
非常
They've known
奋
30
力的抵
years of
抗。
independence, have repeatedly shown that they will not tolerate anyone who
不会
tries to
容
take
忍
their
任何
country
人
backwards. To all
夺走他们的
Americans,
国家。
I'll be honest with you, as I always
美
promised
国
I would
同胞
be.
们，告诉你们，
A Russian dictator of
俄罗斯独裁
invading
者
a foreign country has cost
侵略其他
around
国
the
家，
world.
对世
And
界
I'm
造成的
taking
代价
robust。action to make sure the pain of our sanctions is targeted at Russian
这
economy.
些制裁一
And
定
that
会
we
针
use
对俄
every
罗
tool
斯。
at our disposal to protect American businesses and consumers. Tonight, I can announce the United States has
今晚我
worked
宣布，
with 30 other countries to release
还有
16
其他
million
30个国
barrels of
家
oil from reserves around the world. America
也会一起祭出制裁。
releasing 30 million barrels of our own strategic petroleum reserve. And we stand ready to do more if necessary, united with our allies.
我们继续
These
和
steps will
盟友
help
站在
blunt
一
gas
起，
prices
团结
here
起
at
来
home.。But I know news about what's happening can seem alarming to all Americans. But I want you to know
我希望大
we're
家知
going
道
to be，okay.
我们
We're
会
going
好
to
起
be
来的
okay.，
我们会好起来的
When the。history of this era is written, Putin's war in Ukraine will have left Russia weaker and the rest of the world stronger. Well,
普丁的行为会告诉世界他是错误的。
while it shouldn't have taken something so terrible for people around the world to see what's at stake, now everyone sees it clearly.
世界都看得非常
We
清
see
楚
the。unity among leaders of nations.
我们看
A
到
more
国家的
unified
团结，
Europe, a more unified
欧盟更团
West.
结，西
We
方也
see
更团
unity among
结
the。people who are gathering in cities and large crowds around the world, even in Russia, to demonstrate their support for the people of Ukraine.
甚至是乌克兰人，甚至是俄罗斯人，也有展现对乌克兰的支
Democracies
持。
are rising to the moment. And the
民主
world
会
is
战胜
clearly
一切。
choosing the side of peace and security. This is the real test.
这是真正的
It's
考
going to
验
take，time.
会需要时
So let us
间。
continue to draw inspiration from the iron will of the Ukrainian people. To our fellow Ukrainian Americans who forged a deep bond that connects our two nations. We
所有的
stand
乌克兰
with you.
人，在美国的乌克兰
We
人
stand，with you.
我们和你们站在一
Putin
起
may，circle
我们和你们
Kyiv
同
with
在。
tanks, but he'll
普丁
never
用
gain
坦
the
克
hearts
分
and
裂我
souls of
们
the，Iranian people. He'll never extinguish their love of freedom.
但
And
是
he
他无
will
法战胜自由，
never weaken the resolve of the free world.
他们也无法，普丁也无法削弱西方的权利。
We meet tonight
我们
in
今
an
晚在这
America
里，
that has lived through two of the hardest years this nation has ever
美
faced.
国这2年经历了非常困难的2年，因为疫情
And，so many families are living paycheck
很多
to
的国
paycheck,
家，
struggling
很
to
多的
keep
家
up with the
庭付
rising
不
cost
出
of food, gas,
账单，
housing, and so much
油
more.
价、房价
I
都涨了
understand,。like many of you did. My dad had to leave his home in Scranton, Pennsylvania to find work.
我爸爸
So
必
like
须要
many
离
of you, I grew up
开
in a family when the price of food went up.
宾州
It
去
was
找
felt
工
throughout
作
the。family. It had an impact. That's one of the first things I did as president was fight to pass the American Rescue
我
Plan.
上任之初
Because
就开始
people were hurting.
对抗疫情
We，needed to act, and we did. Few
我
pieces
们
of
需要做出
legislation
行动，
have
而我
done
们也
more
这样
at
做
a
了。
critical moment in our history to lift us out of a crisis.
这是关键时
It
刻，
fueled
对
our
抗疫
efforts
情
to
的关键时
vaccinate the
刻。
nation and combat COVID-19, delivered immediate economic relief to tens of millions of Americans. It helped put food on the table. Remember those long lines of cars waiting for hours just to get a box of food put in their trunk?
很多人排队很
Cut the
久才
cost of
取得
healthcare
食物。
insurance. And as my dad used to say, it gave the people just a little bit of breathing room. Unlike the $2 trillion tax cut passed in the previous administration that benefited the top 1% of Americans, the American Rescue Plan helped
美国
working
的拯救
people
计
and
划
left no one behind.
那么现在呢，拜登开始讲他在对抗疫情以及经济的部分。
And it worked. It worked. It worked. We created jobs, lots of jobs. In fact, our economy created over 6.5 million new jobs just last year. More jobs.
去年多了650万个工作机会，我们成功了。
The economy grew at a rate of 5.7 last year, the strongest growth rate in 40 years. And the first step in bringing fundamental change to our economy that hasn't worked for working people in this nation for too long. For the past 40 years, we were told that tax break for those at the top and benefits would trickle down and everyone would benefit. But that trickle-down theory led to a weaker economic growth, lower wages, bigger deficits, and a widening gap between the top and everyone else in nearly a century. Look, Vice President Harris and I ran for office, and I realize we have fundamental disagreements on this, but ran for office with a new economic vision for America. Invest in America,
现在正在讨论美国经济的前景。
Grow the workforce. Build the economy from the bottom up and the middle out, not from the top down. Because we know.
因为我们知道。
Because we know when the middle class grows, the poor will way up and the wealthy do very well.
中产阶级很重要。
America used to have the best roads, bridges, and airports on earth, and now our infrastructure is ranked 13th in the world.
我们也强化我们的基础建设。
Jobs of the 21st century if we don't fix it.
如果我们不好好做，这非常重要。
Bipartisan infrastructure law.
要得到两党同意这个基础建设案。 去投资，重建美国。这是最大的，这是美国历史上最大的投资。这也是两党的努力。好。
好，我们现在看到的是拜登的第一次国情咨文。那么有几个重点，它主要是说明要如何团结西方世界，反对独裁者的侵略，还有重振美国的经济。他一开始他就轰普丁说他失算了，说他是预谋无端的拒绝外交的努力，以为可以分裂欧洲，但是大家团结起来对抗他。同时他也说呢，美国会对抗普丁的政权，要让他们付出代价，经济将会重创。他说他是认真的，会守护乌克兰的国土。同时他也讲到美国的经济，他说辛苦了2年，很多人付不出账单。他现在拼经济的计划奏效了，两党的努力之下，会共同来重建美国的经济。这是我们看到的国情咨文的几个重点。